So with me today, I have Cristina Mota. Cristina is all the way in Cozumel, Mexico. So thank you so much for being here today. We're really, really excited to have you for our little podcast that we're doing for Hispanic Heritage Month. So if you wouldn't mind just telling anyone that's watching a little bit more about yourself and the work that you do in Mexico.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Valerie. Thank you so much for the invitation. I'm really happy to be here. I have over 7 years working in coastal zones. I am a biologist. So I started working with marine turtles on nesting area. So I was in charge actually of the sea turtle camp in Punta Sur, here at the Fundación de Parques y Museos de Cozumel. So I started there, and I just began to monitor in the nest, count the nest, the babies, and doing release stuff. And I also participated on beach cleanups. And after that, since 2017, I started a group of beach cleanups with my family and friends, and we are still on it. We are taking away tons of litter from nesting zones of sea turtles. We have taken away all that plastic. Actually, this Sunday we had a cleanup on the area. We picked up over 130 kilos of plastic.
Oh my goodness, that is absolutely amazing. That is a lot of trash.
Yeah, it's a lot of trash, and it's still coming.
Wow.
More population. Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, what would you say is one of the most common things that you find on your beaches in Mexico?
Water bottles from the Caribbean. Yeah, we found a lot of water bottles from Jamaica, Dominican Republic, Haiti, and also from southern places or much more far away. We found once bottles from Korea.
Oh, wow.
It was really weird because how?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy the way our trash travels and we don't even realize it.
Yeah, I mean, if that leader comes in here, you start to ask, well, where our leader goes now, right?
Yeah.
So it's really important to, not producing it at all, not producing water bottles at all.
Right, exactly. So what would you say, and I'm sure there's many inspirations, but what would you say is your biggest inspiration for continuing all the hard work that you do?
I think I tell myself every day that someone has to do it, right? I mean, it's especially with the plastic litter from the beach. You come back the next week and it's all over. Not the same, but it's still filled with plastic, right? So, but you say, if I don't do it, next day it's going to be more, or next month it's going to be even more. So every tiny little action that we make, it is important. So I think that's important. That's what has meant to me, that the world needed the animals, the plants, ecosystem needs, and also Cozumel. Cozumel is a very small island, and if we keep with our bad habits, or we look aside and we say, I don't care, it's not my leader. Well, the problem, it doesn't go away just because I'm not seeing it, right? So if I can do something, I think I should do it, right? And it keeps me moving, knowing that I'm doing something good. And also I am a mom. I have a beautiful boy of 14 months. So I would like to him to go on the beach and run free and help to spread the message. So I hope that the people that actually have more power to do something, well, actually do it, right? And
congratulations. I had no idea you just had a baby. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah.
It's amazing to want to inspire our children and our youth, because they're the ones who are going to live in the future. So, having people like you as parents are really what's going to make a difference for our younger generation. So that's absolutely amazing. My next question for you is, how does the public, so like the locals in Cozumel, how do they react, or what do they think about all of the efforts that you're doing? Do you get a lot of like people wanting to participate and join, or how is it working with the locals in the community in Cozumel?
Well, it's very different. There's very different people about it. There is some really cool people, nice people that always want to come with us. They always asking if there's a spot for them to the beach cleanup, or they say, I do that when I go to the beach, right? I clean up myself. I pick up, or in my house, I don't use plastics. So we have a really positive feedback on one side. And on the other side, we have had really bad comments like that. Like when they say, oh, if it's going to be like that tomorrow, why are you going to do it? Or it's not even our leader. No? They should pick it up, right? Mm-hmm. And they say, well, yeah, it's not our leader. He shouldn't be here, but we are here and we can do it. Right. And also unfortunately, there is a lot of bad habits from local people, that they think that the leader just go away when they put it in somewhere else, or not even on the trash basket. No, they go and throw away their garbage on the jungle. Mm-hmm. That's a really common problem here. So I think the people here needs more education in that sense, because, or a little more, much more effort from the authorities on punish these actions, because sometimes that's the only way the people understands, right? When when they throw garbage and they have a fine or ticket for $100, no, mm-hmm. pesos. I mean, that's when it hurts and they stop doing it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's having those rules, and it's like a little education can go a far way. And sometimes if you're just able to bring those little pieces back home and you can show people how it impacts them, it kind of wakes them up a little bit to try and find other ways to do that. So
you say them, do not throw the trash here, please. And there's tons of bags there. And mm-hmm. Well, like nobody's watching, so they just keep doing it. And that either just stay there. Sometimes they go away. It is a problem when it rains, because all that either just covers the sewage. The streets are flooded because all that litter is covering that area. So
yeah, and unfortunately, all those sewage ways find their way back out into our waterways, and in turn affects our marine life. So that's why it's always important to have groups like yours out there always cleaning beaches. So another question I have for you is, do you have, or have you seen like dramatic change? Because you say that you work specifically on nesting beaches and removing debris and plastic from those nesting beaches. So have you seen like any significant like rises in sea turtle populations since you've started your efforts? Or have you been able to see like less impact of the harming of sea turtles since the things that you have been doing with the removal of the trash?
These last 2 years, I haven't been on the sea turtle camp. First because I was studying my master, then because I got pregnant, then COVID, and a lot of stuff.
COVID.
The baby. Yeah. But during the years I worked there, I didn't notice like a change on the population. That's a good thing, that the turtles don't stop even with the plastic problem. Mm-hmm. But I did notice that it does bother them. Mm-hmm. Because one time I was waiting for a turtle to come out from the ocean. Mm-hmm. So we just said for don't scare it. Mm-hmm. And I heard how she was coming out the ocean and start to step on water bottles, plastic bottles, because you hear the sound. Yeah. And so it was feeling it, and she came back to the ocean. She didn't nest there. She didn't like it. I'm sure that she found a place, because there is fortunately there is a lot of place for nesting. But you see, well, what are we waiting for, right? That the whole beach is like that, and there's no room for the turtles. So there is a problem that it might be going worse with the years. Right now, maybe it's not a problem, but it could be a problem. And I also have found water bottles on toothbrushes, bottle caps inside the nest, the turtle nest.
Oh my goodness.
I had a picture from Punta Venado, I think, from I think three years ago, with a baby turtle entangled, or when she had around it the ring of the water bottle cup, so like a hula hula.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like that. She had a ring around it. So, I mean, there is a problem. It hasn't been measured, actually. I don't think anyone has, at least here, anyone has done that job of see how directly affects turtles, right? Because even with the temperature, I think there could be a really important relationship with the plastic. But so we don't know for sure if there's a problem, right? I think I'm sure it is a problem. It's not that bad yet.
Yeah,
it will be with the years.
It's still impactful to think that turtles are being affected even without them fully leaving a nest, like you said, a hatchling with unwrapped in that bottle cap. It's really when you think about things and how we impact turtles so indirectly, or all marine life so indirectly, even before they really get a chance, it hits home. You always think about things that you could do to better it. So it's really interesting that even everywhere, it's a universal problem. So
yes, it's a universal problem.
Yeah. And then my final question for you is, if you could give your younger self any advice, what would that be? And what's the advice that you would hope whoever's watching this, would feel inspired after hearing this interview and after hearing you talk and all the amazing efforts that you've done?
Yeah. Well, I would tell myself, my younger self, that don't give up on what you want, because, well, since I have memory, I always wanted to be on nature, grabbing bugs or animals and the plants and nature. That's how I saw myself. If I could speak with my younger self, I would tell her, "We did it. Keep going.
Yeah.
Don't give up." Maybe I will tell her, get less stress. Don't worry, it's going to be okay. Yeah, we're going to make it. Maybe to the other people, I will tell them the same. If they have this feeling of they want to do something, they want
passion,
passion. Yeah, see, this passion for the environment. Don't give up and don't listen to the negative voices, because there's always negative voices around us telling us that anyway, we're all going to die. Like, no. Yeah, that's something that I heard all my life that I've been working with the environment, right? So don't listen to those voices and get true to what you really want to do, to what you really think of how important it is to take care of the planet. And even when the future can look a little bit gray, every little action that you make, it does make a difference. It is important. Many people doing small things, it's a really big change for the world, right? Like they say. So don't be sad, don't give up, and keep looking for your passion, because at the end of the day, that's what is going to make you feel happy. And when you go to bed in the night, you're going calm, and you're going to say, okay, I'm in peace, I'm good, and tomorrow is going to be a great day.
Exactly. I love that. And then one last thing too, if anyone wanted to, either like donate or get more information about things that you do, where could they go? Do you have a Facebook page or website, or what's a good way for them to get in contact with you or to just support you in any way that could possibly?
Yeah, they can search us on Facebook. We are like Ixpalbarco. That's the name of the cleanup brigade, beach cleanup brigade. We are working also with the Lighthouse Project. They have helped us because they have these good vehicles to go to the forest zones on this area. So any way of those, you can contact us. I mean, in Ixpalbarco, I am going to answer you. And I am the manager of that page. So if you're gonna talk to me,
Perfect.
go there, or you can find me on Facebook also. I'm like Cristina Mota.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Cristina. Muchísimas gracias por todo. And I'll probably email you after para que pueda coger el nombre bien, para que se escribe bien la gente que quiera buscarlo. I'll probably message you para que me lo puedes mandar y lo podamos poner bien en la página. So.
Of course, yes. Thank you. Claro, te lo envío.
Thank you so much. It was so nice meeting you. Estoy tan contenta que pude hablar contigo. Entonces, muchísimas gracias por todo.
Gracias a ti, Valerie. Igual un gusto poder hablar. Gracias por la invitación. Salud.
Gracias. Salud. Chao.
Chao. Bye. Gracias.
Bye.